I was born in Harrow in London. My dad was London as well. He was from Wembley. My mum was from up north in Middlesbrough, but obviously she came down to London, and my parents actually met canoeing. So they used to compete in slalom socially. And then when my brother and I came along, we got involved pretty early on. Things obviously got quite competitive at quite a young age, on the under 12 England team and things like that. And football soon got thrown out the window. And I've never looked back, to be honest. And I've been involved with the British teams all the way through sort of junior 16, junior 18, under 23, and now senior. And it's a great lifestyle. I honestly can't remember when I first got on the canoe, but for my 21st birthday, my mum actually made a collage of photos, and on it was like of me paddling from a very young age. And there's pictures of me. I mean, it's hard to say how old I was, but probably 5-6 years old or something in a boat. And there's even pictures of me when I'm sort of like 1 or 2 years old in a boat with my dad. So it's very much in the blood, and I've been around canoes all my life, and even now my parents are still heavily involved with the organisational side of things. So it's a bit of a family affair. I'm not entirely sure where I first started paddling, but the first club I was a member of was Hawks Canoe Club, and that was very much social paddling. Like they would take scout groups canoeing and things like that. And my dad was involved with the coaching on that side of things. But then the first slalom club that I was a member of was Hemel Hempstead Canoe Club. It was the closest canoe club to us that actually had a group of slalom athletes that were training and trying to, they actually had some British team members in it, and they were all trying to get as good as they could at canoe slalom. So I mean, it was a bit of a trek from my house, but I became a member of that. Once a week I'd train with them on the flat water, and then I'd also train in a place called Harefield, which at the time was known as the Fisheries. Was just on a canal, a little outlet on the canal, a few gates, and and so I had that. And it wasn't really until I went to university in Nottingham that I actually had a world-class venue to train on. So I didn't really, you could say that I didn't really start training properly until I was about 18. At which point it was quite a jump up for me. I trained twice a day, 6 days a week. And at that point, I started making real big gains. In commentary, you often hear people saying that, it might not look like he's going quick, but it's deceptive. He's deceptively fast. I'm all about being quite efficient with my strokes. And placing them in the right positions, and keeping the boat running as much as possible. And for me, that works quite well, or in fact it works well to be like that on London. It's a very big course, and it's very difficult to be an aggressive paddler on London, so that's obviously a good thing for me. But when I cross the beam, it's just all about focusing in on certain areas of the course. You don't have every single stroke mapped out. You just have key positions that you want to be in, and then between that, it's just about keeping a nice steady rhythm and trying to keep the boat, like I said, trying to keep the boat flowing as much as possible, really. Training can quite often, it takes a lot out of you. You can be really tired, and some days, especially in the middle of the winter when you're training really, really hard, you struggle to do anything too physical. So, watching TV shows or movies or something, that can be, I think that's what I quite often do in the middle of the winter, or the old Xbox, nothing wrong with a bit of gaming. But mostly, if I can, and I'm feeling, up for it, I like to do stuff that's quite physical as well. So take for example when we went to Australia, we'd train twice a day canoeing, and then often we'd play tennis in between sessions, and then we'd go out for a quick 9 holes of golf as well. So I've just recently bought a new mountain bike, and where I live in Essex, in Loughton, it's right by Epping Forest. I mean, it's certainly no sort of big downhill track or anything, but it's really nice just to go out and do a sort of, you know, bit of a scooter around the forest, which is good fun. And it also a bit of a session as well. Get the legs moving, because they don't get too much exercise, to be honest. So every now and again I get those spinning out in the forest. After my canoeing, when I thought about what I want to do, you know, and like I said, I nearly went into doing law, but I can't really see how that would be anywhere close to the sort of the thrill and the excitement of what I do with my competition at the moment. And it's probably why I nearly went into the army, you know, because it's the sort of thing that would challenge me. It was outdoorsy, so it would challenge me both physically and mentally. But I don't know, it's difficult to do it, you know, and like I say, like going mountain biking, that's quite good. It's something different, you know, it's a bit of it, you know, it's on the edge a little bit. I like to do a bit of wakeboarding as well, and again, that's something that's different. But I'm not very good at them, really. And so, you know, if I watch someone who's really good at those sports doing it, they would get the same thrill that I get from doing my canoeing. And when I watch them do it, it's just like, wow, how do they do that? But I'm sure as well at the same time, if they watch me out in the white water there, they're like, how on earth do you do that? And, you know, you get a thrill from doing something that you're very good at and doing it well. And that's canoeing for me.